online crew. How are you today? We're going to talk about branding today. We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of personal branding. Do you understand how important personal branding is in today's day and age of building a home-based business online? This is your foundation. Everything you do comes from building your personal brand. So let's talk about that today. How are you? How are you going? If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain, and this is just a bit of fun for our online crew community here. Welcome to our community. Show me the emojis. Those of you that are familiar with them, palm tree is our little emoji here for our community, our online crew. There's a little fish emoji for those of you that are in my free Facebook group. So Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners is my free Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, feel free to join. If you're a member of my coaching community, put the cruise ship down. One day, one day, guys. We are getting on a cruise ship and we're going to have one hell of a party. I'm going to be drinking margaritas. What is your poison of choice? It could be coffee. It could be water. It doesn't have to be alcohol in any way. I'm not condoning that. And my VIPs, where are you? They've got the wave because they're on one hell of a ride with me in building a business online. So amazing to have you here listening to this discussion regarding personal branding. So just a couple of updates. Those of you that are in the video challenge, I did video 10 earlier. Just earlier today. So that will be emailed out if it hasn't been emailed out already. So just go and check those of you that are in the video challenge. To my network marketing team, we just had a great Zoom call. I'll put the recording of that up for you guys shortly. And if you would like to join us next week on our Build Your Brand course, the link is up above on Facebook and it'll be in the description of YouTube. And if you're on Instagram, if you go to helenmartinonline.com/branding, you can see what that is all about. Now, who considers themselves to have an established brand? Do you know what it means? Have you heard about it? Are you doing it? Do you realize the importance of it? I'd love your feedback as to how you sit with the word personal branding in our industry. Because there are a lot of leaders, not so much these days, but definitely, previously, and there are still some around, that people think that team members in this industry get distracted by personal branding and social media and just go out and, it's a numbers game, just get those messages in Messenger. If you missed our discussion yesterday with my VIPs about how to build the modern way with recruiting and prospecting, please go back and watch the replay of that. It'll just be, further down the feed, wherever you're watching from. Really important discussion and tips that we had in the modern way to build your business. And this is what personal branding is all about. It's no longer about, and hopefully a lot of you know this, but there's still so many people out there that is all about their company. And it doesn't make you stand out from the crowd at all. The one thing that you have that is different to everybody else in your company is the fact that you are you, and the fact that you are unique and you've got your personality and you've got your spin on things and you can give value to people and you can love on people, and there's only one of you. So the more that you can brand yourself personally and make yourself stand out from the crowd and get people to fall in love with you and know, like, and trust you, the more success you're going to have online. Does that make sense? So I'll get into that in a second. I just want to see who's here. Who have we got live? Make sure you say hello so I can give you a shout out. Hello, Cherie. Good to see you on. Hello, Beth. Great to see you again. Sarah. Oh, that intro was amazing. It's Sarah. If it doesn't come up, it has come up. So great to see you here, Sarah. I hope you're doing really well. Lovely to have you here. Hello, Tonya. Lovely to have you here as well. Beth's got all the emojis going on. She's everywhere. She's one of my VIPs and coaching community members, life member. And oh, I forgot the life member, the anchor. So thank you for that, Beth. Yes, true. I truly believe in personal branding from Cherie. I'm so glad to learn and grow about it, learn more about it. Hello, Meredith. Lovely to see you on. And we've got Lisa here as well. From Beth, from experience, after I branded, the more success I had, I think is what she's saying. And I know what I'm talking about each day, and it's clear. It's really, hey, Attilia, great to see you on. And Dan as well. Thank you for saying hello. It's really clear to me when somebody says, especially people that go through the video challenge, and they say, I loved the video challenge. You gave us content every day, felt really confident with that. But now I'm on my own. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. My simple conclusion to that is you don't know how to brand yourself if you're saying that. Once you know how to brand yourself online and you've got a single sort of focus of what you're doing online and the content that you're putting out there and who you're talking to and all the things, it just comes. You just know what to talk about. You know what to focus on. You know what content to come up with. So if you're one of those people that's a bit like, I really don't know what to put out there online, I would question that you don't know your personal brand yet. So I'm going to give you some simple things to think about from this video, but I highly encourage you, this is the foundation of everything you do online moving forward, is your personal brand. Sort it out and sort it out fast. So if you're confused, it's something that you want to treat as a priority. All the successful network marketers, home-based business owners, they're all doing it. A few years ago, there were people like, if you're in network marketing, you'll know who Eric Worre is, that just didn't talk about social media, didn't talk about personal branding. And I was blown away at his last event. It was all about personal branding. And it's like, wow, haven't the leaders evolved? I've been learning about this for about 5 years now. But all the leaders now, it's all about personal branding. They're all teaching it. So if you're still not there yet, now is the time. And I can help you with that. If you join me next week in my branding course, it'll be my 25th or 26th round of running that course. It changes the trajectory of people's journey online. Like Beth, once she got her brand sorted out and had that focus, the content comes, she's had more success in her business, she's recruiting more people, everything changes. Okay, it's that important. So what I said, Beth, my mind exploded after I branded. It was amazing. And there are so many people that have gone through my branding course that can say the same thing. I know that there's testimonials, many testimonials around that. So have a think about that. The link is in the description of Facebook, but it's helenmartinonline.com/branding. If you are in my coaching community, you get a massive discount. So make sure you go into the coaching community Facebook group for your special discount. Okay. So what you don't want to do on social media regarding personal branding is just be really vague. So what I mean by that, and this will be different depending on whether you're only building from a personal profile, whether you're building from a business page, or whether you're building from a group. Like, all of you are doing different things potentially. So it's going to be different. You need to put a different spin on it depending where your focus is. Okay. But if I take a business page, how many of you have got business pages? Or just let me know in the comments, is it personal profile, group, or a business page, or all of it, or some of it? Let me know where you're hanging out and trying to build, a profile and an audience and influence, so then I can sort of tailor today's content to sort of where you're at. But just an example while you're doing that with a business page, I see a lot of business pages and their banner is build the life of your dreams. Okay, how, what, why? Like, it doesn't really tell me how you can help me. So you don't want those vague banners out there. You want to be much more specific with that. So that's one of the don'ts, is don't be really vague. Those of you that are attached to a company, do not have pictures of your company in your banner. I don't care where you're building, or in a group you can. If you've got a private prospecting group, that's okay. But on your personal profile or a business page, you should not have the name of the company on your personal banner. It's not about the company. It's you that people join. You're the difference. You're the helpful one. You're the one that can give them advice on health and wellness or finance or Bitcoin or this or that or fashion or skincare or whatever it is. It's about you. It's not about the company. The company can go under at any day. And it's happened. You might fall out of love with your company. And you might say today, that'll never happen. It happens. And if all your branding around all your social media is about a particular company and then you decide to change, where's your credibility? Oh, I thought you were with that company. Now you're with this company. Like, what went wrong? When you don't label your company, and it's all about you, then people don't even know if you move companies. That's happened to me. So I moved companies and people didn't know until I actually told you, but I still have never named. You wouldn't, unless you know me, you don't know what company I'm with, because I don't tell you here or on my personal profile. I don't need to. Now, take this into perspective. I know there's some of you listening going, oh, but why not? What's the secret? Whatever. All my leaders do it. There is a massive difference to people that are already successful on what they can get away with on social media than what you can do. And this is where personal branding comes in. If you've got leaders that have got the company name all over their social media, it doesn't hurt them. They're already successful. They've already got the money in the bank. They can spruik it to the cows come home because they're already successful. Are you already really successful in your company? It's not going to come off the same way unless you've got a really large network, like really large network. Everybody loves everything that comes out of your mouth. You're highly respected in all walks of life, especially social media. You can do what you want. But unless you've got a huge network of people, like everybody, hangs off your every word, it's not going to work the same way for you. People just look at you and go, what are they selling now? Whereas people that are already making the hundreds of thousands a month and the millions and whatever, people look up to them and they can get away with that and they just want to join them. Success breeds success. So unless you're really successful already, you've got to be really careful about what you do on social media and be careful what people tell you to do. Once you establish a personal brand and it's about you and you give value and you've got great content and you share your face and you share your story and you share your life and you're inspirational, you don't need to be successful to do that. You can inspire people and empower people without having a lot of money in the bank account. But if you've got a vision and you've got a drive and you've got a passion for something and you continue to share that journey on social media and that becomes part of your brand, people will come along for the ride. Do you see the difference? Massive difference as to whether you're already successful or not. So what we don't want to do is be really vague. Live the life of your dreams. And on your banners, you've got pictures of mountains and the ocean and whatever, and it's just all fluffy stuff. Okay, you've got to be more specific with that. You don't want pictures of your company and your company's name. If you're already really successful and you're a massive leader, then you can probably get away with it, but most other people, it won't do them any favors. Okay. And you don't want to talk to everyone. So not everybody can use your stuff, your product, your company. Not everybody wants what you have, and that's completely okay. So in your social media content, your stories, what you're sharing, you want to talk to a specific person, not everybody. Because not everybody wants what you have, nor should they. No industry is relatable to 100% of the population. And neither is art. So you shouldn't get all cut up when people say no, because not every profession is relatable to every person. So why people get so hung up and disappointed and cut up about when people say no to our industry, what's the big deal? People don't say yes to every industry and every product in every other field. It's just the way it goes. Okay. So the other don't, I would say, is don't try to be like everybody else on social media. You are the only one of you, and you are unique, and you are amazing just the way you are, and you can attract people for just being you and put your spin on things. So if you try to copy other people on social media and be exactly like them and share exactly the same content, you're just going to blend in with everyone else. And I would highly recommend you don't do that. There's people that copy me, they copy my content, they copy my ideas, they copy my courses, they copy, like it's just copycat. Don't do that. You be inspired by other people and model what you're doing on, like the inspiration that you get from other people. But somewhere along the line, you got to find your own voice, not be somebody else's voice that you're copying. So the whole thing about personal branding is it is you. It's your personal brand, and people get to know, like, and trust and love you for the person that you are. So you got to let yourself shine through. You got to let your personality shine through. You got to let your quirkiness, if you've got quirkiness, shine through. Like all of that. Don't be afraid to let the walls down. And I'm the first one to say I didn't do that for a long time. I came from corporate. My walls were up. The suit was on. Even though I wasn't necessarily wearing the suit anymore behind the camera, I was still corporate Helen for a very long time on social media. I didn't know how to be just me. How many of you can feel like that you feel like you can't really be you or tell your deepest, darkest secrets on social media? I'm not saying you have to do that, but how many of you still feel you've got a bit of a wall up when it comes to social media and you're not really allowing yourself to be the real you? I get it. I've been there. And it takes a while and it takes practice. And things like live video, once you do them over and over and over again, it helps you let the walls come down. But unless you put yourself in that situation and put yourself in those fearful situations and overcome them, you might not ever get there. So we've got to fight the fear and do things that scare us to let those walls down. Okay. So let's talk about some do's. Okay. So you want to be really specific about who you are talking to and what you're talking to them about. So if you want to build a personal brand, if I looked at your personal profile, so let's just take a personal profile, would I get a sense of what you're about what your interests are? Would I be able to tell from your personal profile that you're in a company with products? Would I be able to tell that? Would I be able to tell that you're an entrepreneur of some sort, that you're into building businesses online or multiple streams of income? Would I be able to tell that from your personal profile? If I can't tell either of those, then you're not building a personal brand in any way to help you build your business on social media if I can't tell those things from your personal profile. Okay. A group, you're probably quite specific about what the group is for and what you're helping people with and the benefits of the stuff that you sell. So a group, you want very specific branding about who you're talking to and what your problems you're solving for them. Same as a business page. You don't want that business page to say, live the life of your dreams. You want that business page to say, like mine says, I help home-based business owners with modern social media strategies to build online. You know what I'm about. You know content I'm going to share. If you come here and listen to me live or watch a replay, you know the kind of content you're going to hear. That's a brand. Okay? If you're only on your personal profile, again, what kind of brand are you promoting for yourself? What are your personal interests? Can I tell that you're into health and wellness? Can I tell you that you're into entrepreneurialism? What can I tell about you from your personal profile? So that's personal branding. A group, you can have personal branding. A business page, you can have personal branding. But it amazes me the amount of people that I work with on this in my course is how difficult it is for people to narrow that down because everybody wants to talk to everybody. Well, not all of you, but there's a lot of people that like, well, I don't want to just talk to women because then I'm not talking to men. No, that's not the case. Or I don't want to just talk about weight loss because I've got energy drinks and I've got this and I've got that and I can help people with inflammation and pain and I can help people with it. Like we've got a million products and we've got toothpaste and we've got soap and all the rest of it. Yeah, you might, but you don't want to brand yourself that way. Choose something to lead with until you're successful and then lead with more. So my biggest recommendation to you is narrow it down and get a focus. This is what you do want to do. You want to have a focus about who it is you're talking to, what problems you're solving for them, and keep it narrow. Get a tribe. Get some like-minded people to you that start following you and love your valuable content. That's what we're also doing. We're giving valuable content. We're not selling, we're giving valuable content. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. So give them valuable content. So either give them valuable content. How do we do that? You educate people with information around your topic or your niche of choice. Okay. Or you inspire and empower people. And so when they turn up on your social media, you make them feel good. You make them smile. You inspire them by the content that you put out there. Or you could entertain people. Maybe you're really funny. Maybe that's what keeps people coming back because you're really entertaining. Like, what is it for you? A combination of those things would be the best. But you want to inspire people. You want to educate people. Most people you follow, take a note of the majority of the content that they're putting out there, particularly in a group or a business page. What is it that you keep coming back for? I bet you're learning stuff. You're either being inspired or being entertained or, you're being educated in some way. Would that be a fair call? Would you think that, like some of the people that you follow? It's like, yeah, well, I learn stuff when I listen to them. That's why I keep coming back. That's why I keep coming back to their videos because they've always got helpful tips for me to help build my business, or they've always got helpful tips on how to have always got helpful tips on how to lose weight, but in simple ways. Like there are reasons that you follow people. So if you want to build a personal brand, you want to come from that angle. You want to be specific. You want to know who you're talking to. Want to know what problems you solve for them, and you want to be entertaining and inspiring, and give great education and value. those kind of things, and be somebody that people are happy to come back and listen to. Am I making sense? I'm just going to come back to some of your comments here. So Dan has both. So probably personal profile and a business page. Beth has 2 business pages, a personal profile, and just starting a group. So Beth's quite advanced. Pam's got both. So most of you, business and personal, are dealing with both personal profile and business page. I learned from Helen what is important on both of them. Great. Dan, that is so true. When I sold, I was known as Mr. Company. There you go. Not that they knew anyone at the company, but they knew the name from the invoices. They knew me, but teased me by that name. So, the whole thing about personal branding on social media in this industry, it's different if you create the stuff. Like if you make something, it's yours, it's patented to you, it's your trademark, it's your creation, you've gone to a factory and created a product, then, company name all over the place, it's yours to own. But in this industry, you don't own it, you didn't create it, you don't distribute it, you don't even have any control on any of the decisions that are made regarding pricing and things like that. Well, in our company, our leaders help in those decisions, but different discussion. But you don't own any of that to own it, but you can own you and what you put out there and the way you portray yourself and whether you inspire, empower, and educate and, provide great value to people. That is something you can control and build a personal brand around. So this is the year 2022. Things have changed. Go and listen to yesterday's discussion from my live around, what people are craving these days and what works in building a home-based business online in this day and age. And personal branding is the key to building an audience. But you not only want to build an audience, you want to build influence over that audience. And the only way you can build influence over the audience is to talk about the same thing over and over and over and over again. So what's your thing? Is it building a business online? Is it entrepreneurialism? Is it health and wellness? Is it skincare? Is it finances? Is it jewelry? Is it, non-toxic products? I don't know. What's your thing? That's how you build a personal brand. But you've got to get your messaging right. You've got to get the visual branding right, like the banner and the wording and setting up your page. Then you've got to have a content plan. So what content are you putting out there? How often? How many lives? What kind of mix of content are you putting out there, from visual to text to lives to, micro video content, all those things? You need a content plan. Then you need to build the audience, attract the audience, build the influence over the audience from the content that you create. And if you want to move into Facebook advertising, then you can do things like a likes campaign for a page and, boosting posts, all those kind of things. Don't do any of that if you don't know how. That's a skill that you need to learn. Okay. But you can take it as far as you want to take it, with building a personal brand. So I would encourage you, if you have not sorted this out yet, you don't want to spend days and weeks and months and years on social media putting out content, and it doesn't get you anywhere. If you've done that for the last 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, then it's really time to tighten up your personal brand, tighten up your content, tighten up how you build an audience and how you build influence over that audience. And that's what I can help you with from next week with my Build Your Brand course. So again, the link is on Facebook. It's just above in the description, helenmartinonline.com/branding. And for anyone else on watching on Instagram or YouTube, you just go to that link, look at the details. Coaching community members, you get a massive discount to that. But I'm just encouraging you, if you need help to sort it out, it's the best investment that you can make, because this is the foundation of all your content. This is the foundation of building an audience. This is the foundation of building influence over that audience. And you don't want to waste years getting to that point. Okay. So if you're a little bit confused and I'm not really how to position myself on social media or how to stand out from the crowd, that's what I would encourage you to focus on. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. Beth, I have learned so much in your branding group. I just keep coming back. It's funny, Beth has been through, you get lifetime access to the course, and so you can come back and join the live calls, and she just keeps coming back and back and back and back every time I run it. It's awesome. Lisa, I'm trying to build a business page, but I mainly use my personal profile. Now, here's the catch with that. Okay. I'm not saying building on a personal profile is wrong, But here's the limitations. One, you are not allowed to build a business on a personal profile, although so many people do. It's against the policies of Facebook to build a business openly on a personal profile. It's in their policies. You can go and find that, but so many people do. But it's actually offensive against Facebook's, rules and policies. So you've got to be careful. People get their personal profiles shut down for pushing boundaries. So you need to be aware of that. The second thing is you cannot scale a personal profile. You can a business page. But here's where people get caught out. They have a business page and a personal profile. They go live on their personal profile and they go live on their business page. So I get so much more interaction and engagement when I go live on my personal profile than my business page. Of course you do. Your personal profile has probably been around for 10 or 15 years. For however long you created it. You've got family and friends there that are curious about what you're doing. So they're looking and they're lurking and they're watching. So you get more views anyway. You'll always get more interaction and engagement for a personal profile. But are they your target market? If they're your target market and you're not pushing boundaries with Facebook's policies, then fine, go for it. But you can't scale a personal profile. You can a business page. It's open to the public. Some people's personal profile are friends only, which means the public can't find you. You go to share content, people can't see it. There's all sorts of limitations on a personal profile. I'm not saying you cannot build a successful business through a personal profile if you're careful and you know what you're doing and you've learned a little bit about marketing. Most people don't. They push boundaries and they don't know how to scale. If you want to scale, you want to ever do Facebook advertising, and I'm not saying, people say to me all the time, business pages are pay to play. So don't have a business page unless you want to do Facebook advertising. I do very minimal Facebook advertising on my business page, yet a lot of you are watching from my business page. I go live on my business page every single week, multiple days. So it's where you put your focus. So don't get caught, those of you with a business page or a group, with, I get so much more interaction from my personal profile, I'm just going to stay here. You're missing opportunities while it's free. Zuckerberg told us, I read this out to you last year, at some point, business pages won't even be free. At some point, we might have to pay to do Facebook Lives. You've got the privilege now to have a business page for free, build up a profile for free, do Facebook Lives for free. Everything is at your disposal for free. So work hard now, because anybody trying to break through and build a business page in a few years' time, it's going to be so hard. So if you're building a business page and you've got a personal profile, put equal effort into both and don't get swayed by the illusion that you've got more numbers on a personal profile. Okay? You can't scale a personal profile. Okay. Cherie, same here, Beth. I'm reassessing and love being able to get into the branding course. It's time well spent and so grateful. It's such a little investment for what you learn. Absolutely. So I can join in on the branding course and listen since I was in the last. If you joined the last round of the branding course, then you get lifetime access, Pam. And yes, you can listen in on the live calls. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I've talked long enough. The offer is there for me to help you build your personal brand if you haven't sorted that out yet. It's such a small investment on such an important part of your business in the online world. It's my signature course. It's my love language, helping people with their branding. It's just what I'm really passionate about, because I know the difference that it makes when you've got focus and intention rather than being all over the place with social media, which is what most people are. Okay. And again, just remember, the only thing that's different with you and your company, if you're in the network marketing, direct sales, home-based business industry, you're the defining factor. The biggest asset that you've got in your business is you, because everything else is the same. The products are the same. The company is the same. The distribution is the same. All of that you can't control, but what you can control is what you bring to the table. And people join people. People don't join things. So give yourself the best shot and, the best branding and there's a lot to learn. And I just hope that you take this seriously, because this will help you speed up the results in the business rather than wasting your time. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate those that are live and interacted. I really appreciate our online crew here. You've got no idea. how much I appreciate you guys. So this is my last live video of the week. Have an awesome weekend, and I look forward to, good luck to the video challenges that are finishing off this weekend. So enjoy the last few days. I'll do all the auditing, early next week. And yeah, join us for the branding course if you need help with that next week. So helenmartinonline.com/branding. Okay, see you next week, guys. Bye.